Marco Severino from Flow Design Architects with another video to go over some basic items regarding architecture and design. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do that. That way we can get a sense of what we are doing. It's the right thing. So please subscribe and like the video so we know that these topics are helping people out there. So in the previous video, if you haven't looked at the videos that we have record before, please go back to them to go over the understanding architectural drawings 1. In this series, our focus and our attention is to discuss the basic items that you need to understand in order to get a broad sense of architectural drawings and structural drawings, mechanical drawings, and things like that. So in the previous video, we discussed symbols, the importance of symbols and the relationship with sheets within the permit set of drawings or architectural set of drawings. And we discussed the basics of architectural floor plans. And we went over couple wall tags, window tags, door tags, dimensions, symbols within the floor plan, and things like that. So if you haven't looked at that video, please go back to our playlist and get familiar with those type of topics. In this video, we're going to discuss the importance of elevations, exterior elevations, and we're going to talk a little bit about potentially sections. We're going to briefly go over them, but potentially we're going to do a separate video that is specifically focused on sections. But I'm going to briefly discuss those items in this video. So last time we talked about floor plans. We discussed exterior elevation symbols. We discussed section symbols. We discussed door tags. We discussed interior elevations. We discussed symbol for windows and doors and that kind of thing. In this video, we're going to focus on exterior elevations. So what is the importance of having exterior elevations within architectural plans? Well, elevations are one of those things that you're going to hear all the time within the design field. The importance of elevations, it's key because elevations tells heights of elements, heights from the ground, elements that you don't see within the floor plan. Floor plan, it's very horizontal. You're looking at the plans from above or the building from above. With elevations, you are looking at the building as if you're looking towards it. So the relationship of that is because the plan won't be able to tell you heights. You could potentially in floor plans indicate height changes within a floor plane. For example, let's say the ground here is 0, meaning 0 inches. If there is a step from the ground level to the first floor, this symbol indicates, okay, ground is 0, but the first floor is actually 6 inches above this level. So in plan, you could kind of get a sense of, okay, well, if I am in the ground, but I'm getting into the house, there is a 6-inch difference in height. So floor plans sometimes give you some elements and information that relates to the elevations, but it's not as intense as having an exterior elevation that shows those items. So that's the relationship. You see this kind of information when you are dealing with like civil plans, when you're doing with civil engineer drawings, because everything that they're doing is in plan. Then you can see the change in topography, and they indicate those points within a law saying, okay, this point here is at 8 inches or at 0 inches, but actually this corner over here within the law, it's actually, let's say, I don't know, 10 inches. So what that means is, okay, this is my 0 ground, but the civil engineer might say, hey, pay attention to this corner over here because your topography actually changes. It's actually 10 inches above this point. So it's something to kind of consider when you are like designing a house or like looking at the topography and things like that. So very important. So in regards to exterior elevations, so the symbol we discussed in the previous video, symbol 3 on A200, meaning in the architectural set of plans, sheet A200. When you look at that symbol, then you are like, okay, where is that located within my architectural site or architectural set of plans? Oh, I see it here. That 3 is the same number that we discussed before, A200. Some symbols, when you are within the architectural sheet, don't even have the numbers. So you will be like, okay, in the A or 3 A200, and you find it when you have A200 sheet, then you look at detail or elevation 3, and you will be able to tell, okay, this one relates to that symbol that I saw on the floor plan. So when we're here, let's say north is up, which means this elevation here is south. So when you go in that sheet, oh, this is my south exterior elevation. Now I can see that there is a window here that we didn't pay attention to before. And in elevation, you will be able to get information about level height or level changes. For example, you will be able to tell this dashed line indicates that, hey, there is a basement in this building. Oh, I can see it because it tells me the levels. You know, this is the basement level. This is the ground level. This is the first floor. And you can kind of see the difference that we were talking before. When you saw it in the plan, that level change, now in elevation, you will be able to tell the difference. Okay, there's a change of 6 inches here. That's your ground. But your first floor is actually 6 inches above that point. But you already knew that in the floor plan. But then now in elevation, you can kind of see, oh, I see the difference. I see the difference between those two levels. Here you can also see the height of this window or of this window. In the floor plan, you saw, oh, where is the window located? Oh, the window is located, let's say, you know, if this is 50 feet, let's say this is 25 feet. 25 feet from this point, oh, the window is almost center in here. But now in the exterior elevation, you can kind of tell where is that window located in relationship to the first floor. This is a lot of information. We will go in depth with certain items within architectural plans, but in the exterior elevation, you can kind of guess because the architectural drawings are to scale. So even if in the architectural plans, they don't give you a dimension of the window sill for that particular window, you can kind of estimate, okay, well, you know, this looks about 3 feet. So you can kind of estimate where that window is located in relationship to the exterior of your building. So very, very important that you understand the terminology and where to find the information when you're looking at architectural plans. Very, very important. So here we can tell, once again, the window height location and other things that we can kind of tell. It's angles of the roof. You know, what is the angle of that roof? If we have an A-frame or a gable roof for this building, and we're looking at this elevation this way, we know the levels, we know where your first floor is, we know the top plate. Very important to understand the concept of top plate when we're talking to framers and people that are on site. And you can understand the top of your roof. But not just the top of the roof, you can understand in the exterior elevation of this south area of your building, but you can kind of tell the angle that roof is designed at. Sometimes like we play with that angle to kind of get an architectural feel for the design of the building, but we need to indicate what that information is. So in here, for every 12 inches is you have an increase of 6 inches. That's what that symbol means. So very important that you get familiar with this kind of information when you look at architectural plans. What other thing we can discuss? We can also discuss, in this case, we're showing south elevation, but if this is west or east, this one will be west elevation. So this, if you notice, this one will be west elevation. Elevation. Very important that you get yourself oriented. Okay, this is located in elevation 2 on sheet 8200. So this detail will be, or this elevation will be elevation 2. Sorry, you cannot see that well, but the difference between these two elevations is very clear. In here, we're showing this window. We're showing the angle of that roof or gable roof, looking right in front of it. In this profile of this elevation, we're actually showing, hey, you can kind of tell that it's a gable roof because here you have just the two lines projecting in a different way. So architecturally, by experience, you can tell, okay, yeah, this is a gable roof. But now in this elevation, we will be able to tell the location of that door that we were indicating before. And let's say this door, it's, you cannot really see it, but let me use a different one. Okay, let's say that door is at like 3 feet. You can kind of tell that door is going to the ground level, which is very important that you understand those concepts. And hey, okay, in my floor plan, that door 100B is here. Now let me look at the elevation to kind of see where that door is located within my ground level. If it is in my ground level or if it is in the first floor, because then let's say that door is on your first floor level. That means that you potentially will need either a step, a little platform or something like that. Then your floor plan needs to reflect that there is a platform, in here. Then you are like, okay, that step, there's a platform, then I get inside the house. So very important that you get a sense of the concept of exterior elevations. In the previous video, we discussed interior elevations, which have different kind of information that is kind of similar to exterior elevations, but the exterior elevations are actually focusing on the exterior of the building. It gives you the level changes. There is more information to it. Other things that you will see in the exterior elevations is the materials for this building. So for example, if you have siding, you will get information about that siding. Hey, I'm trying to do a clapboard, or hey, I have a trim on the corner that it's, let's say, 6 inches. That's a trim on the corners. You can talk a little bit about the roof materials. You can talk about, maybe you have horizontal siding here, but then, in this part of the gable, you have vertical. This is information that you kind of go over within your exterior elevations to kind of convey the information to the builders and the people that are looking at the plans. So once again, these topics might be repetitive for people that already are familiar with architectural plans, but our intention in Flow Design Architects is to kind of broaden that information and bring it to people that don't really understand plans and hey, where can I find that information, Marcos? Like, I'm looking at this floor plan, but where do I get the information about my siding? Where is my trim? That kind of thing. Now you get a sense of like, oh, I need to look at my exterior elevations in order to understand my exterior materials and the height of those windows and the location of the door, angle of the roof, and those kind of topics. So thank you so much for listening. Once again, we're here to support our community. So thanks again for watching, and until the next one.
Bienvenidos a Flow Design Architects, una compañía que trabaja para ti y por ti. Gracias por sintonizar.